up on the stage. By far one of the most popular games of the World Cyber Games. It has always continued to impress. There's always new talent emerging from the ranks. And Tasteless, we've got a Zerg versus Terran matchup here today.
Yes, it's going to be a good one, too. The game's almost about to start. Both players right now organizing their thoughts and strategies and getting ready for this epic match, Marcus.
Visualizing the game before it even takes place, a practice that actually is very common amongst players here in the World Cyber Games and amongst StarCraft players. And we are about to go in. Now, it says there that ReasoN is actually Zerg, but I believe that he will be going Terran here.
Yeah, ReasoN's generally a Zerg player, but he does like to play Terran against his Zerg opponents. Not a bad idea either. I would want to play sAviOr in a Zerg versus Zerg myself. Alright, so the game has started. We have ReasoN at the top right side of the map spawning as a red Terran. And on the other side of the map, at the very bottom left location, we have sAviOr as an orange Zerg.
And I already saw a little Zergling head out there for scouting purposes here, and we're now looking at the base of
sAviOr.
sAviOr, thank you.
And it looks like, well, as usual, they're going to send their scouting overlords out. Zerg players always do that because, of course, the overlord has enough hit points to scout your opponent and actually, get a good idea of what, where his opponent is and what his opponent's doing. Okay, now let's just stop everything because something's going on here with ReasoN. Take a look at this. There's 2 SCVs out here scouting right now. This is very unusual. Marcus, I have an inkling that he's doing a proxy barracks, and yes, he is. Now, this is a unique strategy. He's making 2 barracks in the middle of the map, or he will make the second one when he has the resources for it. Now, this is going to be an intense rush early on, and I'm going to be honest. I kind of like what ReasoN's doing, because really, I don't think ReasoN could beat sAviOr in a long game, and I think this would, if you're going to take sAviOr out, this is the way to do it. This game could be very, very short, but at the same time, sAviOr is opened up with a fast spawning pool, so he may be prepared for something like this. When you're the best player in the world, you really have to be prepared for some quick winning strategies from your opponents, because sAviOr's aware that he's probably not going to lose a long game, so he needs to be very safe early on.
Well, and whether or not those barracks are going to be discovered here is yet to be seen. We're going to find out here very quick. The Overlord actually went north of the Zerg base, so it may be this drone that's actually going to find these barracks first. See, we've got a couple of drones there going to morph into, I'm not sure, probably just some Zerglings here, but these 2 barracks are about complete. Now, one thing that you mentioned, Tasteless, that I'd like to discuss is that you say that one thing sAviOr is known for is his incredible macro ability. And that's obviously one of the reasons why ReasoN may not be able to stand up against a long game versus sAviOr.
Oh, yeah, definitely. sAviOr's ability to for those of you who don't know StarCraft, macro is the ability to produce units at a rapid rate, and that is exactly what sAviOr can do. So I totally agree. I don't think ReasoN would be able to take him on, but hold on for just a second, because I see these Zerglings now coming up here. They're going to go and get in the way of the barracks right now. Okay, now they've encountered the barracks. Suddenly, sAviOr realizes what's going on. Now, look at the excellent positioning of ReasoN's Marines behind those barracks. Now, look, watch carefully. sAviOr has completely run by those proxy barracks. Is going to go for that SCV line that is not protected. Meanwhile, ReasoN is going down right now to his opponent's base. Both players throwing everything they have at each other right now, Marcus. I don't know I have no idea who's going to win right now.
It's do or die right here. You saw the Zerglings basically bypass the base right there, the proxy barracks, and it does look like they are going to make their way in. And in just a moment, we're going to see these barracks hit the main base. I believe the Zerglings are already going after the supply depots right there. So it's do or die. It's throw everything you got at them. Marines going in now, finding a couple of Zerglings, and they will make it right in the main base. There's a sunken colony trying to get up right now, and that sunken colony will go up. The drones come out. A few Marines do go down, and that sunken colony could not have come at a better time.
At this point in time, this game is going to end any second right now, Marcus. All ReasoN has to do is get behind sAviOr's drone lines. The rush might be working right now. sAviOr going for that command center, but look at all these SCVs. All ReasoN has to do right now is control his Marines perfectly. He can't afford to lose any of these Marines. He's got to pull back. Watch him, Michael, very carefully. But sAviOr's control is so good.
Unbelievable.
It looks like if he can, I'm still not sure who's going to win right now, because sAviOr's behind in Oh, look at this excellent micro by sAviOr, picking up that last Marine. But he has too many SCVs. So he can cut off the resources over here at his expansion. If he doesn't get those resources, he's going to be in hot water. Here comes the Marine right now, going to try to get around those drones and Zerglings. It's going to be up to these SCVs to try to take out these drones. And I think sAviOr may come on top, but it's very hard to tell right now, Marcus.
It looks like these SCVs are not going to hold up to the assault here. We've got several drones still left. They're all gone now. And ReasoN says GG. The Barracks rush does not work. The Zerglings went right past. He knew what game he was playing there. It was fast. It was quick. And that's how it's done.
That was incredibly close, that game. Honestly, ReasoN could have won that game, but it came down to micro. And, you know, sAviOr, while we talk about him as a macro god, he's not just good at macro. And,
right.
And he definitely out-controlled his opponent. You can see sAviOr right there, very relieved after that game, knowing that he almost lost that. Thinking about it, what an excellent strategy ReasoN had that game. But you know what? It just came down to control, and sAviOr was the better player.
Had ReasoN not been, had sAviOr not seen the Barracks, taken his 7 Zerglings or 8 Zerglings past into the base of ReasoN, how do you think that game could have turned out differently?
That's a good question. I thought it was a pretty daring move for sAviOr to run right by the proxy barracks and go into that SCV line and start picking that off, especially when ReasoN's response was to take all of his SCVs and to send it towards sAviOr's base. But I gotta say, I think sAviOr played that out perfectly.
It was very nicely done. Some great micro by both players. But then sAviOr comes out on top. Coming up next, we've got Kareem from Poland versus Swez. How do I say that? Swasin, right? I think that's right. Swasin. Okay, thank you. From Korea. That's coming up next here on the main stage.
To win, playing heart to heart, face to face. The challenge of a lifetime stands before